A relatively small town just outside of Fresno, California, may soon be home to the biggest parish church in the entire United States. St. Charles Borromeo Catholic Church in Visalia is currently under construction. It is set to hold more than 3,000 people with more than 33,000 square feet. The estimated cost is around $17 million, making it one of the largest Catholic church building projects in modern U.S. history. Joining us now to talk more about this exciting project is Bishop Joseph Brennan from the Diocese of Fresno. Your Excellency, thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it. First off, can you tell us a little bit more about the church that you're constructing and why it was so important for you to do that? And also, can you tell us about your Diocese of Fresno for those who may not be that familiar with it?
I'd be very happy, and thanks for having me. Yes, it's a project that's been in the works for a few years now, starting with the fourth Bishop of Fresno, Bishop John Steinbach. So I'm number 6, and my predecessor, Bishop Ochoa, actually had the wonderful privilege of the groundbreaking and overseeing the initial construction. So yes, it's a huge church for a huge need, and the town of Visalia was described as a small town in central California. It certainly was that, but it's no longer that. So we're trying to meet the needs of our people and have a wonderful gathering space here in a diocese that is also huge, in fact, larger than Ireland itself. And I don't know how many bishops there are in Ireland, but there are a few. There's only one here in the Diocese of Fresno. But we're hoping to meet the needs of people and also to deal with a vocations crunch as well. Although this isn't for the comfort and ease of priests. Any priest worth their salt, as you know, signs up for a work of sacrifice and service. But it's really to meet the needs of the people and have a wonderful gathering space. And we're hoping a pilgrimage space for anyone who comes to the Central Valley in the future.
That's so wonderful. Why exactly did you choose Visalia as opposed to maybe another location in Fresno?
Well, it's one of the fastest growing areas in the Central Valley, although the Central Valley is still growing everywhere. And developers are building homes pretty much everywhere. But again, one key was the central location in the center of the valley. So it made sense for us as a diocese, and also made sense for us in terms of reaching out to a more national community. But it's still growing. It's amazing. We have 27,000 people on the books, over 14,000 families, just in St. Charles Borromeo.
That is so wonderful. Speaking of St. Charles Borromeo, why did you choose that name? I'm curious.
Well, I didn't choose it, but I guess I would have if I could do the reverse engineering. It was chosen by Bishop John Steinbach, the one who envisioned this wonderful, wonderful project years ago. But what a perfect fit, because we know that Charles Borromeo, St. Charles, was a looming figure in the Reformation, the Counter-Reformation, in response to the Protestant Reformation. It was an acknowledgement that the church was in reform, and always is. It's always in a formation mode. And he himself was also in charge of, actually at the time, the largest diocese in Italy, with 3,000 priests. Amazing. I could use a few. And over 800,000 of the faithful. We have 1.2 million Catholics here, certainly not the largest diocese in terms of numbers, but we're far flung, and we wanted a gathering space. But also, St. Charles was a fascinating character, along with St. Philip Neri, St. Ignatius of Loyola, Pope Pius IV, and Pope Pius V, in truly holding the church together and moving forward. Charles, instrumental in forming and fashioning the Tridentine Rite. Also, in a time of pandemic in the city of Milan, and this is so timely for us, and hopefully coming toward the end of our own time of pandemic. Everyone in the government in Milan left, the magistrate, the mayor, all of the government officials, when a plague broke out. St. Charles did not leave. And if you go to Milan, you will find what are called Borromeo crosses in the town. And these are evidently areas where Mass was celebrated outdoors during the time of the plague. And St. Charles stayed there, and he served the people, and the Eucharist was celebrated and received. And so we want our St. Charles Borromeo Church to serve in the same way. And there's amazing outreach already going out from the parish, because as we know, the church building is one thing, the church as God's family is another. And it's up and running, it's alive and vibrant, and we're attending to families and feeding the poor and doing marvelous work there.
That's wonderful. Before I let you go, we don't have a lot of time left, but can you give us a quick update on the project?
Well, we started construction about 2 years ago with the groundbreaking, certainly. And we were hoping to dedicate it on the feast of St. Charles Borromeo on November the 4th. But it's been delayed. And so we're looking toward sometime in the early winter, hopefully not till next spring. But the construction is coming along beautifully. We'd love people to visit the website. It's just phenomenal. It's stcharlesvisalia.org, and just wonderful images there of what we hope to accomplish. So we'd love people to support us with their prayer. We'd love people to support all over the country if they can with whatever they can give. And just wonderful opportunities there to be part of something absolutely extraordinary.
Well, that's great. And thank you so much, Your Excellency, for joining us and talking to us about this amazing project. We'll all be praying for you. Thank you again.
Thank you. God bless.